right? The first was to develop this resilience framework that would allow us to better understand what's happening within these selected communities so that we can make recommendations on how to perhaps support innovation and technology that addresses, right, that the development challenges that exist within that community. And that we're also, and the third component, to develop this massive online course platform that would allow other teams globally to be able to join in the effort to support these communities. So the ultimate focus here is on those selected communities. Okay? Where are they? Who are they? What's happening to them that perhaps we currently don't know? And by better understanding it, we might be able to help them. So the focus still goes back to that community, those communities. And I would stress that, I have been part of USAID previously, and we have a great, an incredible opportunity here in the sense they're not telling us up front, where is that community right now? And you must go here, and you must look at this group. You have an opportunity based upon your knowledge of where you are, of what you see to be the challenges, the groups, the communities that you feel have been left out, that are chronically faced with challenges and continue to suffer. And that even though you see efforts that are invested in these communities, for whatever reason, we're not helping them in the way that we would expect. Okay? And that we're now testing this hypothesis that says, perhaps by taking this different approach, by looking at it through a resilience lens, that we might be able to identify a new way, or a new way of looking at the problem, that we can help your country, okay, your community, international donors support that community. So I think William's point here in terms of perhaps spending a little bit more time, because I think if we move to the next step and start talking about assessment, we're going to lose the progress that we've been making. And his point here is that by focusing on that community, okay, by focusing on what's happening to them, and the fact that there are finite resources that exist within the network, we as a network do need to know in the West African Resilience Innovation Lab, for this delegation, we understand that there are people missing, there are stakeholders that you need to go back to validate, to better understand what's happening. But you're in this room today because you are leaders. You're in this room today because we feel strongly, like USAID, that by using and looking at institutions of higher learning in Africa, that you have the inroads into the community, have the knowledge, have the ability to go out there. So we are going to ask you to come up with some initial themes, to come up and map up here and say, from my perspective, I feel that this is the direction I would like to move our lab in. And we're going to write that down, and we're going to figure out what are some of those activities. And one of the first activities will be go out when you go back home and talk to people. We're not saying to you that if you come up with a theme today or tomorrow, and you go back in 30 days from now, this is not accurate. Come back to us. Okay? So don't feel as if you need that we're going to hold you to this. But we do need to know what direction you're moving in. Okay? So let's do that. I mean, if you're in agreement here, should we spend a little bit more time to capture all of the work? Because we have been making progress. We have been moving in that direction. And perhaps, for us as facilitators, we weren't specific enough to be able to put that focus and direction. Because you have those elements there. Steps 1 and 2 in terms of the to whom and the to what.